Greetings, everyone. This is I'm Right,
I'm right.
and I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova. If you didn't know, it's me.
I think they all know
Here
who
I
you
am.
are.
I'm Anthony Cordova. This is Jill Cox Cordova.
That is me.
Yes. Yes, it is you. And it is me. And we are both here for another show of I'm Right. I'm Right.
I'm right.
I'm right.
I'm right.
Yes.
I'm
yes,
right.
Yes, yes.
I'm
So
right.
We're here.
I'm right. I'm especially right about tonight's topic.
You
But before
don't
we
know that you're
Oh,
right.
yes, I do. I am 100% sure I'm right
The show
about
hasn't
tonight.
even started. You can't say you're right already.
Sure, I can.
No.
And I did.
No way.
I did.
No way.
But before we get to tonight's topic, let's welcome the people in our audience.
Yes.
We've got Dave and Sam. Hi.
Hi, Dave and Sam.
And they have a show right after hours called How Was Your Day?
Mhm.
Lately, people have been asking us, how was your day? Have you noticed that?
Been asking how was your day?
Ugh, I don't want to get into it. We have Tanner. We have Vicky. We
Hello,
have
Vicky and
Salty.
Tanner.
I like Salty.
Salty.
I like that name.
I like salt. I love salt. Just before the show, I shelled some salted peanuts, salted in the shell. You know, people would wonder, how do you get the salt in a shell on a peanut that has not been shelled?
I've never wondered that. No.
Oh, I used to
I've
wonder.
never
I did
wondered that.
extensive research to find out
But
how that's done.
watching you shell the peanuts reminded me of when I was in grad school and I had to cover Chicago political meetings,
Yep.
City council meetings.
Yeah, they serve peanuts.
And they served peanuts like it was a circus, and it really was. Like I only had to wonder once, why do you serve peanuts at a council meeting?
Because it's a circus.
It really was.
Politics is a circus.
Well, it definitely was there.
Yeah.
We also have Missy in the audience, and we have Flora, and we have May.
May.
Yes.
May.
Yes.
Yes.
So
All right,
before we get to tonight's topic, I think you should talk about and by the way, if you're new to Fireside, I just noticed that like we're way big on the screen. So all you have to do to correct that is pinch it to where
so if it
it's
looks
the
like
size
we
that you
don't
want.
looks like we don't fit your screen, like we're all zoomed in and everything, just pinch it down, and it will come right into frame.
Yep.
I don't know why Fireside made it that way, where we have to do that in order to watch, but yes,
We're getting this ready for the bigger screens so that we're big.
But what about the people watching on their cell phones?
I don't know. Well, that's a fix. You could just easily pinch it.
Yeah.
But before we get to tonight's topic, I think we should talk about your last Poetic People Fighting Racism show.
Yes. So the last Poetic People Fighting Racism show was the Juneteenth Poetry Slam. So
that was held after Juneteenth.
Yes, it was
held
on
last
the 24th.
Saturday.
Yes, on the 24th. It just was better that way for scheduling purposes.
Well, your show is always every other
Saturday.
So
that's when
sense.
it fell, and yeah.
Yep.
Didn't want to change up the days, and then everybody was, there was a lot of that type of stuff going on. So,
right.
But anyway, a lot of great poets there. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yes, it was your first time emceeing a show.
I didn't know that.
Well, I mean, a lot of people think hosting and emceeing is the same thing, and it's not. It's not at all.
It's not.
Wouldn't you say? Now that you've done both? I don't think
potato.
No, there's a difference.
Tomato,
but anyway, you did very well
tomato,
as the MC, and I really went in producer mode.
Taters and potatoes. Taters and potatoes.
I went in producer mode. Well, I'm producer on most of our shows anyway, but
I even 50-50.
did. Well, I'm producer on your shows. You're producer on my show. I'm producer of our show.
I guess you do produce more than me.
I do.
Huh.
Um, but I
Okay.
really was like in producer mode because
Yeah,
we had 6 contestants and we had 2 judges that we had to get on and off the stage, and they did so well. Like we did a
yeah,
little a short, very short little rehearsal in the green room, and they really
yeah.
learned quickly.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
very
it was
impressed.
fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. But you know, if you go back and watch the replay, you get to see me shake my groove
Oh yes,
thing
that's how
in
you
the
started the
beginning.
show. So like on this show we have upbeat. Well, most of our shows, except for Soul Reader, we have upbeat music that
Yeah,
starts the show,
they call
and
me
we're always like doing this.
the
But he
shoulder
was
dancer,
dancing,
and I was out of breath.
and that
I,
was
did,
the beginning of the show.
I danced for like less than a minute, and I was
It was like you had a whole hour to go.
yeah. So yeah, I was a little out of breath when we really opened the show, but it was cool. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Oh yes, and as you all know, well, maybe you all don't know, but I am a poet also,
Which is why
and
that show is called Poetic People Fighting Racism, because
but
you begin every
on
show with the poem,
on the 4th of July, go online and look up WRUU.
which is in Savannah, Georgia.
It's in Savannah. It's a radio station in Savannah, Georgia, and you'll get to hear a poem. Well, they ask for people to um, write a
30
30
second,
second
which
poem
is not easy to do.
about freedom.
Freedom. What does
Because
freedom
it's
mean
4th of
to
July.
you?
Yeah, and so I did it. So you will hear me on the radio in Savannah, Georgia. So check out WRUU.org.
And
And
if
it's
you
at
can't
4, I believe it's at 4 o'clock on the 4th of July,
Eastern,
Eastern time. Yeah.
well, and for those who I just saw May's message that she's working that day,
Ah,
but that's okay. You don't have to just
working
like
on the 4th of
just
July. May play hooky. That's it. Just don't go in.
well, just like Fireside, where you can't join if you can't join something live, there's always the replay. So I'm sure
Yeah.
they will post it later
Yeah, yeah,
with
yeah,
because
yeah.
they're stringing together a bunch of 30-second poems.
Yeah. Yep, that is true. So we got stuff going on, going on, going on.
We do.
So
So tonight's topic, since you told May to play hooky at her workplace, that leads us into tonight's topic, which is not to play hooky, but whose job is most important in your relationship?
I can answer that question.
So can I, but you go first.
Oh, I will go first. Right now, whose job is more important? Jill's job is more important.
Because Jill has a job.
Jill has a job. And I have several jobs that I don't get paid for. So Jill's job is most important right now.
Yes. But I like that you emphasize right now, because in our relationship, and we've been married 17 years, been together in 19 years, and in our relationship that's gone back and
Yeah, it
forth,
goes back
you know,
and
so
forth. Yeah.
sometimes I'm the breadwinner, sometimes you are.
Hmm.
Sometimes we're both making money.
Yes.
And sometimes we're not.
So I don't want you all to think I'm a deadbeat
He's
or
not
anything.
at all.
I don't know what 4 months ago or so. Is it 4 months? Might be longer than that now. But I quit my job.
Isn't that funny? We can't even remember when you quit. But I'm like that with most jobs. I can't remember what year it was when I left. I remember the bit when I left TV. I definitely remember what year it was then. But
Yeah.
but otherwise, I don't know when I left a job. I just know that I left. And
Yeah.
usually my limit is 3 years, although it's not been that way for the last few jobs, because that last TV job was 7 years at that one place.
Well, now get back to what I was saying before I was interrupted.
I did not interrupt you.
Yes, you definitely
I
interrupted
talked about
me.
the same thing you talked about.
So yes, I quit my job. So I don't want you all to think I'm a deadbeat. I quit my job partially because it was a pretty, and I've worked for myself, a lot of for like most of my life, always self-employed. But I had taken a job and I was making good money, and the job was decent, and I got home in a decent hour, and I made really good money, and then I didn't. It lasted for a while, and then I didn't. So things were getting so hectic with all of these. We have 4 shows, and we're developing some new businesses and stuff like that. So it got to the point where I couldn't do it all anymore. So mostly now I work at this stuff, shows and research for the businesses that we're going to launch
Which I
and all of that.
appreciate
And
because I don't have time to do that. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate that you
So I
do
do a
take
lot
the
of
time to
that.
do that.
But to let you all know, I just didn't like quit with no plan.
Right.
I
Right.
saved a whole bunch of money when I had that job that was paying. I saved a lot of
But
money.
to that
So
point, have you ever just quit a job with no plan?
absolutely not.
I've done it once. I've done it once, and the person that I had to tell that I was quitting, he wouldn't let me quit. He was like, "Just give it 2 more months," and I didn't last the 2 more months because I knew that I wanted to quit. And the reason he was actually trying to help me out because he was like, "Well, what are you going to do?" And I didn't have a plan. I just knew
Oh,
that I needed to leave.
see,
I knew
now,
that, but
now,
that very
very
same
same day.
day, I quit for real.
Yeah.
And the very same day, because I usually try to have multiple streams of income.
Mm-hmm.
The other job that had
Yeah.
been part time became full time.
Oh, well,
The
that's
very same
cool.
day. But I didn't know that they were going to ask
That
me.
that worked out.
But I had faith that something would
But yeah, no,
come.
I have never quit. Well, again, I uh, I haven't worked a whole lot of jobs. Jobs. Where you go in, you have to go in at a certain time, and you have to stay there. So I haven't worked, like a whole lot of jobs like that. And then when I do, I don't stay long, as many of you know. So, but
I do know that.
I never quit without a plan. I always have a plan. And see, you have quit without a plan. And
Once.
now
Just once.
we know why I handle the money. See?
But the time
I
that I quit
see.
without a plan, the
I
time that
see.
I quit without a plan, I had another
Yeah,
job, a full time job before the day was over.
yes, you got blessed. You got blessed. But I look at things months and months and months
Yes,
out. I
I'm
develop
yes,
plans
I look at each
long
day.
ahead of time. And
What am I doing
Jill's
tomorrow?
a day to day,
I really
day to
am. I live in the
day.
moment. I really do. I really do. I really do. So our
So,
topic though is what whose job is most important. So when we both have, because I do consider what you are doing right now to be very important because it has
y-
to be done, and
yeah,
I don't have time to do that. So I
no,
do.
no,
So even though you're not being paid for it yet, I feel
yeah,
like you're planting seeds so that
yeah,
it,
yeah. Hopefully, that's
so
that's
that
what we're
one day it'll
doing.
harvest. But when we both have jobs that we're both being paid for, whose job is
Well,
most
I
important?
I think it goes by one, how much money the person is making. Two, benefits. Benefits matter.
Well, I've
Um,
always had better benefits than you.
yeah, yeah. In the times when we were both working at the same time, I was running my business, but within my business was making a lot of money, but I didn't have, well, it wasn't making millions. Okay. So I was making good money, but I have pre-existing health conditions, and I couldn't get insurance. I couldn't afford it. They wanted like $2,500 a month for
It's just
insurance, just for me, not
that's
including Jill, just me. So when Jill had a job, and but she had, health care. So even though I was making more money than her at the time, her job was also very important, and we could have gotten by, without her salary, and we have for a many years when Jill was sick. So, but having health care can make or break you. If you don't have health care and you have to go to the hospital, it's the hospital stays that kill you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even if you live, the
Yep.
hospital stays kill you because you could be in the hospital for one night and it can cost you, $10,000, $15,000,
Yes.
and
So my healthcare was always better than yours, and I also had a 401k.
hmm
Um, and I also had paid time off.
oh, a lot of time off.
And
Jill
a
used to
lot of
have
time. I
like
used to have,
what, 6 to 8
like,
weeks
yeah,
a year,
yeah. And
and
if I worked more than I was, more than a regular week, I gained days. I gained comp
hmm
days. So I was every month I was off on vacation. And
almost,
I mean, it got to a point where you're
almost.
like, Jill, I can't take off every time you have time off.
Even though
I'm
I
like,
was
oh, you
working for
can't.
even though I was working for myself, I still needed to make money. So she,
They're like, okay,
vacations,
that's fine. I'll.
when you work for yourself, you have to look at, oh, especially like me, I was a sole proprietor. So if I didn't work, I didn't make money. I don't work, I don't make money. So when you look at taking a vacation, it's not just the cost of the vacation. You
It's that
also
you're
have
not
to
making
add in
money.
that the money that I'm going to lose while I'm not working.
Right.
So, let's say it costs $2,000 to go on vacation, but then I lose $10,000 because I haven't worked while we're on vacation. So that really adds up like really quick. So yeah, I can't go on Well, I couldn't. Now I'll go on vacation whenever you want, Jill.
I know. Now it's like I don't have that much time off anymore. I can't go off like take off every month.
Well,
So,
well,
although I am never one of those. I still don't understand it when people don't take their time off that they're allotted. I
yeah, take your
always
time
believe in
off.
taking your time off. And if
And,
they're gonna replace, like some people were like,
and
well, they might replace me while I'm gone. Okay, then you don't need to be there.
yeah, that is true.
Go somewhere
But
else.
and anyone in the audience, if you want to chime in, please chime in. Request to speak. Just hit that ask button is the easiest way. You can say you want to talk, or
Yes,
you can
and
type in
may
a comment because I'm really curious on how people feel about this because really as I think about it, why does one person's job have to be more in a kind of couple relationship?
well,
Why does
there.
one person's job have to, one
Well,
person's job have to be more
sometimes
important?
couples like if it takes extra training and you need that time to specifically go to school for that. You need all of that. Like if you're going to be a doctor, you need to
hmm
focus all your time on
hmm
that. And you're relying on the other person to bring in the income while you're
hmm
doing that. And just like when I got my last degree, you were working and you let me just go to school, which was
hmm
great. And it was a really intense program, so I really needed, like,
Yes.
I don't know how I would have done it if I had been working at the same time. But so sometimes, couples have this deal, or a pact where, okay, I'll keep the household running, bring in the income while you go, get your training. And then when you start in that business, then it will have paid off. But one thing I think that's fine if you come to that agreement. But one thing that I see that often happens sometimes is when it's like that, and then the other person who held down the fort while the other person was training, when they want to pursue their dream, it becomes a fight because they're like, no, you can't do that now.
Hmm.
And I don't know why that is, because I don't think many dreams don't have expiration dates on them.
Hmm.
I know a lot of people think that, us old people, you know, they probably think
So
we're
us
going through a
old people,
middle
speak
age
for
crisis.
yourself, Jill.
Well, I don't normally call myself old. I don't view myself as old. But some
Ah,
family members think we're going through a middle life crisis
I
doing all
don't.
these shows,
No, I don't think they. I
So,
don't think they think
oh
that.
no, they've
Not
said
any.
it.
Not anymore. Not anymore. We've been doing this for a long time.
I know. And they're just like, one day they're just going to like stop, you know? That's why they're always surprised. They're like, we're doing another show. Like, what? Um,
But look, we're
so
smiling. We're smiling,
we are.
and we're having a great time. We wouldn't keep doing this if we didn't enjoy it. Now,
Right.
now
And as
sometimes,
we said, was
eh,
it last week when we were having the discussion with Monica, and welcome to the show, Monica and Charlie.
oh, they
Um
just popped up. I didn't even see them pop up.
I think it was
Oh,
last
there
week
they
when we
are.
were having the
Hi, y'all.
discussion about how we view this as a we approach our shows like a business.
Yeah, like a business. Yes.
So
Yeah,
that
that's
can
that's what we do.
yeah, that is what we do.
But yeah, but hands down, right now, your job is more important than mine.
But if you
Hands
said
down.
but if you said one day, like, "Hey, I'm going to," I don't think you would ever say this, but if you said, "I'm going back to school to get a degree in such and such,"
Yeah, well, you know they're
I,
working
I,
on me. They're trying, they're trying to
well,
get me to
my
go.
alma mater is trying to give you an honorary degree. I think you should take
They're
it.
not trying to give me an honorary degree. They want me to come there and study.
They no, they do want you to earn it, but
That's right.
they're willing to skip all the other steps most people have to do to get an MFA, like
That's because I'm
get a
old.
bachelor's degree
That's
first,
because I'm
like
old. I got credits. For those of you that don't know, when I started my so-called grown-up career, I was an architectural draftsman. Can you believe it?
I can.
I sat at a desk and I drew pictures all day.
Well,
That was so boring.
but some of
Oh
that still
gosh, it
comes
was so
into play,
boring.
like like we have I am a visual person, so for all the shows that we do, in order for me to keep straight of which episode is for when, I need a board that says that. And
Yeah.
so it drove
That,
you nuts that I was like, all over the place. So you drew me lines like an architectural
Jill,
draftsman. But then when
Jill,
I saw it, I
that
was like,
is
oh, that's cool. So now,
that anyone can do that. You don't have to be an
but I'm saying
architectural
most people
draftsman to do that.
wouldn't think to do that. It was
Yes,
driving you
they
nuts that I
wouldn't.
didn't have the lines, so you drew
Yeah,
them
you were just scribbling all
because I
over the
could,
place.
But now that you've given me the pretty
Structure.
lines, I
We need
see. That's what I'm saying.
structure.
Most people
Structure.
wouldn't
Structure.
think
Yeah,
that way.
ever so often I will use those skills. Years ago, uh, not this is during my first marriage, we opened up a coin laundromat. And you have to go to the county and you got to get approval for certain things and all that. And I went down to the county office to get approval for um, I think it was for the business license for having a laundromat in that location. And I get down there and they're telling me, "Oh, you need this, you need that, you need to hire an architect to draw up the plans for your location and lay everything out and draw out the electrical, draw out the plumbing, draw out all of this stuff." And so the guy says to me, "I won't be seeing you for a while, right?" I said,
Silly man.
I
Little
said,
did he
"Oh,
know.
oh,
He didn't know
really?"
who he was talking to,
I
did he?
said, "Oh, really?" He says, "Yeah, it takes a while to hire an architect, and they're very expensive, and they're backlogged, and everybody is ready to open their business, and they run into this problem." I said, yeah, okay. I went home and I drew up all of these plans for the business and it laid out everything, where everything was, everything professionally done, of course, because that's what I did. That's it. Anyway, I come back down there like hours later. I said, he says, why are you back? Did you forget something? No, you said I needed plans and all of this to get approval. I said, well, here they are. So where'd you get this from? I was like, I drew it. See, there's my name on the plans. I drew it. I did that. He was like, wow. He was really impressed. Approved, stamp, approved, first time. And, sometimes, a family friend or something will ask me to draw up some plans for a house or something that they're thinking of, and I'll do it. I keep my old tools and
Well,
stuff around.
and I'm glad that you brought
And
that up because, no matter uh, you and I anyway, but I suspect most people, like you might think you're in a job and you're never going to use these skills again, or you just need to get out of that industry. And, like I got out of producing TV shows, right?
Mhm.
But look at how much I produce now,
Oh,
so it's like I'm glad that we have the skill set that we do because
yeah,
it does come back into play.
yeah, it does.
Charlie
It does.
wrote, wow, I wanted to enroll into school for architecture
Oh,
draftsman.
oh.
Wow, it must be a December baby thing.
Maybe it is. But that was one of those things that I was just good at. Um, from a child, I was just good at it. And I did go to school for it. And I graduated like top of my class. But I just didn't like sitting in the office.
Yeah, you're not
I'm,
well, you
I'm
sit
not.
in our office, but you're doing
Yeah,
your
but
own
that's
thing.
that's that's different.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like going to a job and sit at a desk at an office and see the same people every day,
Spoken like a
every
true
day,
creative person.
every day. Ay,
Well, I must say, now that I'm back in being a pseudo journalist kind of role,
mhm.
um, I'm glad it's remote though,
Yeah,
because yes, I see, you know, I know who my colleagues are, but I don't see them every day. you
well,
know,
this is
and no
true.
one stops by my desk to make small talk, which I never enjoyed
Yeah,
small talk when I'm busy. If I have time to talk, great. But so
yeah.
there's none of that. I like that.
Yeah. And
Um,
this just makes me think about something. And this isn't really about whose job is more important, but quite often people don't look at the skills they have. Like
we all have transferable skills.
they'll get into a certain job and it doesn't matter what the job is. It doesn't matter. You could be a plumber. No, let's not use plumber. Let's use something else. You can be a bookkeeper. You can be a bookkeeper, somewhat of
As an accountant or
yeah,
as in a
kind of,
bookstore?
yeah, like an accountant.
Okay.
Um, but maybe you don't have a CPA. You're a bookkeeper. So you work in a CPA's office.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
And so then you're like, oh, I don't like this job. But then you turn around and get another job doing the same thing under another CPA. But you might have other skills that you've learned over the years and you don't think about using them. We'll get into a certain career and we'll just stay in that certain career and hope that we eventually grow, that somebody gives us a promotion because we work hard. But you may have skills that you're not looking
well,
at that you
well,
can
one
get
thing that
into a whole different profession.
one thing that I can always say about some of the best bosses that I had, they always had conversations with us to see what our in- interests were. Not just the
Hmm.
job itself, but what do you like to do? And so that turned into me teaching print journalists how to be on TV. that
Mm-hmm.
turned into me producing in the field because, they discovered that I'm good undercover,
Mm-hmm.
depending on where you're sending me. Um, and for some reason, people like to tell me everything when they see me. They like
Mm-hmm.
to talk to me, and so a lot of times I don't even have to ask questions. They'll just tell me,
Yeah.
things. So that's turned into many different ways for me to use, the
Mm-hmm.
same
Yeah.
skills. So that's why I was,
Mm.
people used to say when I was a TV journalist that I was bilingual because I could also write for magazines and
Is
newspapers.
that really
That
bilingual?
that's what they would say. That's the word they used. And but really it was just being a writer. Like I could
Mm-hmm.
because my when I want to tell a story, I'm a storyteller at
Mm-hmm.
heart.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think of writing a story, it comes out in the way that it comes out in my head. So it might be a script or it might be magazine like an article or it might be a short story or it might be an essay. It
Uh-huh.
comes out in
Uh-huh.
different ways.
Right.
I think you should say again what the name of the 4th of July radio station thing you're doing because May has written a poem in the comments. So
Oh,
rather than tell us, you should
listen,
submit it.
isn't that cool? Yes, it
And
is.
what are you doing now? Because I can't see.
Well, this is my screen. Look
I
at
know,
your
but
screen.
that's the camera. You are on our camera.
I'm pushing
You
buttons.
really
I'm
are. Like
pushing
I don't
buttons
know
when it's
what
time to push buttons. It's time to push buttons. So, yeah, I'm
all right.
pushing buttons. So
I'll
look at your
just
screen.
I'll keep
Um,
looking into the camera though, but I'll
yeah,
see
keep
if
looking.
anything's going on.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So, but we talk
You
about
didn't
these.
answer my question.
What's the question?
Tell May the radio station again
The
so that she
radio
submits the form.
station is WRUU.org, and it's going to be under, and I know this doesn't sound like it matches up to poetry, but it does. It's called Barnstormers Cookbook. That is the show it's going to be on. But
But
and
on
that
that date, she's talking
no,
about.
actually, well, I'm going to
Oh,
tell a
go
little
ahead.
more that you probably don't know, Chill.
Okay.
So that show represents all kinds of artsy stuff. So whether a person is a musician or they're a painter or whatever they do in there, they may be a sculpture, whatever they do in their endeavors to create art, that's who they bring onto the show. So that's pretty cool. So that is where the poem that I just wrote. There we go. Now things are working better. Now I'll stop pressing buttons.
Thank you.
No problem. No problem. No problem. But
Makes me
yeah,
nervous when you just start push.
I'm getting back to transferable skills. A week or two ago on this show, we were talking about we're launching a couple of other businesses. So, one of the things that I do extremely well is logistics.
Hmm. You definitely do.
Where things need to move, how to make them move, how to get point A to point B, C, D, F, G back to A
And
and
I'm just like,
efficiently.
tell me where to show up.
Efficiently. So the logistics of moving people around, of moving equipment around, of moving all of these things around. It doesn't matter whether it's in this country or in some another country. I do that very well. I just do it very well. Because I was in, transportation for so many years and I had to manage all of these, different trucks and the times I've worked for companies, just managing hundreds of things going on all at the same time. But I'm just good at it. Um, but I don't want to sit in the office and just do it all day. But it helps with our launching this other business. If it wasn't for me having that skill, it would be a lot more difficult for us to pull off what we're going to pull off. And at the same token, Jill has interview skills and all of that, and she's going to be using that within this other business. And then many other skills Jill has. So we get to use both of our skills in the business and something completely different. Something
For
that
us, yes.
neither one of us has ever done, but we have the skills to do it.
Yes. And people
So,
are asking us to do it.
yes, actually, people start coming to us asking to do it before we even pitched it. So that's good. That's always a good sign. So, everybody really think about it. If you're in a job you don't like, think about the skills you have and how you may be able to use those somewhere else.
In a different way.
And then you can say, my job is the most important because I left that other job that I was going nowhere in, and now I'm making 3 times as much money. Or it doesn't necessarily have to be money.
I
It
was
can
going to
be
say, people,
joy,
well, I
happiness,
was going to say, people
contentment.
have the jobs they have for different reasons. Sometimes it is money.
Yeah,
Sometimes it's just, it makes you happy.
yeah. If you're in a job that makes you happy,
Or sometimes it's a stepping stone
cool.
to something else.
Yeah, but I'm surprised no one's chiming in on this. Has anyone, I wonder if anyone has anything to say
I'm going to invite
about
Charlie to come up
a
because Charlie
job.
has had many jobs.
but Charlie, see, now Charlie's like, I don't like this. I quit. So, I don't know, but that's cool. It's good to have that luxury to be able. I don't like this. I quit. So
Charlie is on the
it's
stage.
cool.
Hi, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
What's happening? How you doing?
Hey, hey.
I don't like this. I quit.
That's right. I say that all the time. That's what happens when you have a pension. You can about
That's
face
right. I don't like this. I quit.
See you
And
later.
Charlie showed, I'm sure all of you all know this from all the times that Charlie has done things on Fireside, but Charlie is really great at gathering people together to come together for whatever event. You're really good at that.
I
Yeah.
try, and that's the way my
Good job.
grandmother did it. So why shouldn't I?
Oh,
She
okay, cool.
she did it that way, and she would invite a stranger walking down the street to come into the house and eat. That's how she was.
Hmm.
And
Cool.
you watch and learn from what you see, and that's what I seen. So, but I appreciate it.
All right. Well, that's pretty
But
cool.
I did have
Go ahead.
my resume is becoming like my Glock. Where I got 17
Wait,
jobs.
I do not understand that. That I don't see how you
It's his secret
analogy.
weapon.
I don't
His
understand
secret
that
weapon.
analogy.
His secret weapon.
That's that. You know how you put bullets on a resume? 1, 2, 3, 4,
No, I
5, 6,
don't
7.
know how you put bullets on. Oh, you bullet points.
Oh
Bullet
my
points.
goodness. I'm like, yes, you
I'm
do.
thinking literal bullets, not bullet points, but bullets.
No, you
That's
put
what-
bullet
He
points on
puts
a
the
resume.
bullets on resume. Hire me,
Oh my goodness.
No,
or else hire me, or else. Yeah.
I wish. No, I don't have mafia ties. I didn't live in New York City like Tony did.
Oh, the mafia.
Yeah, it's
I would say I miss them, but I don't.
But can I talk to? Let's see. I wanted to go to New England Institute in Rhode Island for
Mhm.
drafting because in the 10th grade, 11th grade, in my senior year, I was taking drafting, and you could only select it only one of those years, and I had it 3 years only because the teacher, he liked me, and he just said, "Look, this is what you need to do. You need to go to school for this because you have it." And I said, "All right, I'll do that." what stopped me from doing it was I had no clue about financial aid, how to apply for it. My grandmother, the last year of school, I was living with my grandmother on temporary, and she said, I can't afford it. She
Mm.
said, I'm in housing. You'll mess up my housing. So I just forgot about it. I said, well, I can't afford it. So, but little did I know that I could have applied for the school and went, all 4 years. So that was disappointing later on.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
by that time, I already established myself in the police department. So, I
Hmm.
wasn't going nowhere.
Right, right, right. That's why you have that pension now,
Would
and
you
I
ever
don't have a pension.
would you ever go back to school to study that?
Um, at this point, no, only because I I just know I have grandchildren coming up that are probably going to want to do something, or their parents are going to need some help. So I don't need to be educated anymore. I'll be a old stubborn mule, in the backyard. So
Now, Charlie, I'm going to tell you something, and you're not going to believe this.
hmm
So, in high school, I took up drafting, right? They start you with mechanical drafting, and
yep.
then you go to architectural drafting. And um, at my school, you could only take it for 2 years, I think.
Mm,
So you could do
yep.
mechanical 1 year, architectural drafting the other year, and that's all they offered. They created, just like your teacher, they created 2 more years of architectural drafting for me.
Mm, mm.
Just for me. So I had it 4 years before I even went to school.
You can
Wow.
never call me a teacher's pet ever again.
But I was
No one
good at it.
created no one created a whole
I
course for
I
me.
was good at it. As a matter of fact, in my high school, I designed a house, a ranch style house, and then I built the model of it. And it's probably still on display at my high school.
Wow.
So see, you could build my writing studio in the backyard. Zip zip.
How we get on writing
I'm
studio?
thinking of the
We're,
things that
we're
you can
talking
Well,
about
create and build.
who wants
whose
that
job is
she
more
shed,
important.
Who wants that
Whose
she
job
shed,
is more important? Yeah,
Let's
That's
see
she
it
right.
going.
said.
That's right. He could
Well,
build it, no
hey,
problem.
well, you know what? We actually do talk about this she shed and stuff like that, but it
Now it's
does
become a whole other house.
it does keep getting bigger. But but now here's the deal: you can build a steel structure building, like a whole building. It can be 15,000 square feet.
Yep.
And then we can just put all kinds of stuff in there. We can put studios in there. We can put an auto shop in there. We can put, an exercise room in there. We can put all of these different rooms in there. We can have events there also. But the only thing is, we need to move because we only have about, I don't know, acre and a half, 2 acres. I think we're on 2 acres. So and we're in a neighborhood. We need to move out a little bit, to get something
I already
like
told
that.
you what area we could go to. No problem.
Yeah, but here's the good thing, and I know Monica knows this. You can be in the suburbs, and you're 30 miles away from downtown Atlanta, but then you can drive another 15 minutes and you'll be in the country.
That's true.
It switches
Hmm.
up
Like
like really
less than
quick.
5 or 10 minutes away from us, there's a road, and
There's a road.
there's a
There's a
road, and there's
road.
a
Oh,
house.
there's a road.
There are, like everyone has lots of land, and there's one landowner that has a fence that comes up to the road, And they have horses, and the horses come up right up to the fence. They're not in
Yeah.
danger of getting hit, and they just watch all the cars go by. That's what they do.
That's what they do.
And they seem
Wow.
excited to
Cool.
watch cars
So
go by.
if you hear us talking about we're moving, because we did want to move to the beach,
Yeah. But that's
Nice.
not.
that might not
Yeah.
happen.
Mm-mm.
So if we're still in Georgia and we say we're moving someplace that has a lot of acreage.
Yep.
At least, I don't know, at least 20 acres.
Oh,
Probably.
I didn't know that much, but okay.
Yeah, we need 20 acres for the horses.
I don't want horses.
You just were talking about how cute the horses are. They
They
look
were
over
somebody
the
else's
fence.
horses. Nobody was riding them. They're just hanging out like pets,
Well, I never really wanted horses, but close friend of mine had 7 horses. And I used to go over there and we would ride, and we've ridden in parades on horses, and horses are a lot of fun, but horses are expensive.
And
You know,
sometimes when
yeah.
you get on them, they will
The-
go and sit in a pond with you on it.
You're the only person I know that's happened to.
It still happened. I have not forgotten. Not forgotten.
Horses are cool. They're like big dogs.
Well, my big dog wanted to just sit in a pond.
Oh, big old doggies that you can ride. You guys seen those commercials where these wolves, these giant sized wolves,
Yeah.
come into the people's house
can't
and
stand
they,
that
they
commercial.
ride the wolves.
They may not have, because that's kind of a regional commercial.
Well, there's a commercial. There's a place down here. Well, in the
It's in
South.
Tennessee.
Oh, there's one here in Georgia too.
Well, either way, I hate that
Yeah.
commercial. So if you had anything to do with that commercial, I'm sorry, but I don't like it.
Oh man. Oh, Charlie's off the stage. Oh my goodness. I thought he was still here. I was just gonna ask him something. But it's okay. It's all good.
Yeah.
Now, so again, I'm going back. I'm getting
Well,
back.
I was
on
going to bring in
topic.
another person in our household who probably thinks her job is the most important out of all of our jobs.
Really?
hmm
What's that?
My mother has taken it upon herself, and she loves it when I talk about her on these shows. Not, but anyway, I'm going to do it. She loves doing yard work, which I'm always amazed by, because we grew up in a national park where you couldn't do yard work. So I didn't realize until she moved to Georgia how much she liked yard work. But anyway, she's out there every day doing, like, she picks up twigs. There cannot be anything on the grass that's not supposed to be there. And so I think she believes she has the most important job in our household. That and watching for the mail.
Okie dokie.
So you're not going to comment?
No comment.
You're supposed to comment.
No comment.
So that it's you and Tony were talking about me instead of why were you talking about me?
Jill was talking about you.
I said I was going to talk about her. She loves it when I talk about her on these shows. Charlie says, "What do you need? What are you going to ask him?"
I've already forgot. You know I'm old, Charlie. Poof. It's gone. Poof, it's gone. I don't know.
Are you going to talk about
it'll come
the
back
two
to
of you
me.
being teachers' pets?
It'll
Is that what you're going to talk about?
No.
Neither of you can ever call me a teacher's pet.
Charlie and I's birthday.
He called you an old G.
Yeah. Our birthdays are on the same day.
Yep.
That's why.
And
I
one of
find
the
it so-
contestants' birthdays was on
the same
on
day.
the song.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of December babies. You know, these
I'm a
Sages-
December baby too,
these
but not the same day
Sages
as you all.
are cool. We are cool. Just if you know a Sagittarian, you know a cool person. I'm just telling you.
We have our moments though.
Yeah, you know what? Probably our whole audience is Sagittarians. Because they're all cool. They're cool people. They are. They're cool. They're cool. Cool people.
Still don't remember?
No. I done moved on from that. Crossed my mind. I don't know.
May is a Virgo. My mother's a Virgo too.
Virgo. I know Virgos.
We do know Virgos.
Yeah. Virgo. We just watched a series on Prime.
I
am Virgo.
I am a Virgo, which was nothing like what I thought it was going to be. It was very entertaining, though.
Yeah, it was. But it had a lot of good messages in it. A lot of good messages.
Yes.
Just,
It's about a giant.
Yep. And present day.
In present day, yes.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting. And the giant, they start dating a normal sized person. So he was like, 16? No, I think he was 13 feet tall.
Yes, they kept saying. I think they did keep saying that.
Yeah.
And I don't know how
then
tall
he started dating someone that was like 5'5", maybe.
I don't even think she was that tall. But you could never tell because when they were
standing next to a giant.
Yes.
But what was interesting is when they had sex for the first time.
You are turning this show completely from its topic. Completely. But they figured it out. That's all you need to say. They figured it out.
So who had the most important job between them?
I would say she did.
I don't know. She was probably calling him Big Daddy.
You have completely changed tonight's topic. Stay on topic. Stay on topic.
Hey, Big Daddy.
Stay on topic.
Hey, Big Daddy. Whose job is more
See how
important?
much he listens to me, audience?
Whose job is more important? Yeah. Ow! That's right.
You got Monica having to come up and say something.
Oh, there she.
Oh, she was there.
She was there, and she's gone.
Yeah, hit it. No, hit it. Hit.
Oh! I pressed the wrong button.
You do not listen to me.
Do it again.
Hang on, Monica. I'm bringing you up.
I thought Jill had already.
Do it.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you should be up there. Why is my phone bringing?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Can you hear us?
We heard you, and then we didn't hear you. You're muted.
Okay, can you hear me now?
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Now we hear you. Yeah.
What's going on, Big Daddy?
He's more like a zaddy. He's more like a zaddy.
No, let me tell you something. Monica's been waiting to say that to me. She said, that's my chance. That's my chance. I will say Big Daddy.
You don't understand. You have made my 2023 Big Daddy.
Oh, man.
I had to. That's all I wanted. That's it. You can put me back in the audience. Bye, Big Daddy. Bye, Big Daddy.
Oh, yes. I know I got Monica that time, boy. Ooh. Yes. So she says she's in and out, but she's still on the stage. So.
That's okay. She can stay on the stage.
Let me stay up here in case I want to say
I was going to say, in case he says something else.
Just in
case. That's right.
I wonder how many people know about that. Well, obviously Monica does.
I would say all of us do.
You have never called me Big
So
Daddy.
you know what, you guys, y'all got to have a show on about that, because Why is it? See, it's a whole nother show now. But why is it that some people feel real comfortable with having, like what I call grown folks talk, and then other people intimidated? You know what I'm saying? I find that fascinating. You know what I mean? You better say what you need to say when you dropping it like it's hot. Say what you need to say.
That is a
Oh,
good point, though, because some people
that-
don't. They don't.
They too shy and they too bashful. You better stay in the
You
moment.
better stop pointing at me. That is not no. You better stop. That is not no. No. Here's the thing. Because I speak like this all the time, when I speak like "Hey, Big Daddy" or "Zaddy" or whatever I say, he just
Zaddy.
bursts out
Zaddy.
laughing because he's like, "That is so not you. Don't say that. Don't do that."
Really?
He does, because he thinks it's hilarious. So it's not that I don't want to speak that way.
Oh,
You just expect me to sound like this all the time.
That's funny. So okay, so this might be too personal of a question, but y'all open up the damn box, so I got to say it. So do you guys not dirty talk, or do you dirty talk?
we will discuss
How
that
about I
another
shut
That
him
time.
is
up?
another
We
show.
will
That's another
discuss
show.
How
that
about I shut him up?
another
Did I not
time.
shut him up, Jill? Oh, I shut
We
him
will
up.
we will
Woo!
discuss that at another
Look at that. I
time.
shut him up, Jill.
I know. I think you're the
You,
first person
you,
to
we
actually
will
How about
achieve
discuss.
that, Monica.
Yes.
We will
I mean, I'm
discuss
telling
that
you,
at
I have to.
another time.
I shut him up. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo.
That's for another
That's a good one. That was a
time.
good one, though.
That's for
I'm glad
another.
she said
That's
that.
for another time.
I love it. I
I'm
love
glad
it.
she said that.
I'm proud of myself. Jill, did you see him get speechless? Jill, I didn't think it was possible. I
Right?
didn't think it was
I think you're the
possible.
first person to do that.
Jill, that brother froze. He froze like Spider-Man with the spider web.
Well,
He
Yeah.
froze. He
well,
froze.
look. This, we can't go. We have a PG show.
Oh, that
We
is
have a
not the
P
reason you
Oh
were
yeah, but you
quiet.
do. But we
show.
doing a show in a strip club in a couple weeks, but it's a PG show.
That's right.
It's
That's
a
right.
Come on, dude.
PG.
Come on,
It's a.
dude. Get out of
We
here.
have a PG show. So because I was getting ready to go with it, but then I had to think.
Oh
You
my
I had to
goodness.
think. I had to think. I said, "What?
Oh
I was
my
like,
goodness.
I was like, so I was like, wait a minute now.
But see, what you don't
No,
She
understand,
made you
Anthony,
freeze.
I made you
no,
freeze, brother. I made you
no.
freeze.
I was
But see,
thinking,
Anthony,
you
this was
know,
a
a
teachable.
smart
This was a
man.
teachable moment to us single people
No,
that want
no,
to be
no.
married. This was a teachable moment.
A smart man
Keeps his
knows
mouth shut.
when to speak and when not to speak. Now I say
But
a lot of
you
stuff.
brought us onto this topic, though.
You
I
sure
say
did.
a lot of
You
stuff.
sure
I,
did.
s- I say
You did say a lot of stuff.
I say a
and then
lot of
and then
stuff.
she shut you right
And
up.
then I thought, no, I better not go there. This is a PG show. I better not go there. And then I would have caught hell because Jill would have been, what the hell is wrong with you? I would have caught hell.
You have my
What
permission
the hell
to
is
go
wrong
free.
with
That's
you?
why I was looking at you to see what you
no.
were gonna say.
So,
I ain't going
Anthony,
there.
pretty much what you saying in preservation of your marriage, you shut your damn mouth up.
That's
I
right.
would not have been
That
upset.
is
I would
right.
not have been upset. So,
That is right. That is
I
right.
understand. I
oh my
understand.
goodness.
This is why
But
I'm a
when you
smart
decide to
man.
do a damn, when you decide to do an X show, let me know, okay? Let me know. When you decide to go from G to X, let us sister know. Okay?
Yeah, we'll give you a heads up. We'll give
me
you
a heads up.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'm going to be quiet. Go back to your damn little G show.
Yeah, this is a PG show. That's right. We can't go there.
Well, since you're not planning to go to X tonight, I think we should just go ahead and end the show. That's hilarious.
This is a perfect time.
So if a person,
I miss Stephanie. Where's she been?
And Charlie
hiding.
says this is great video and audio. Jill warned you to stay on topic. I did. And then you got yourself in a corner. You did.
It's all right.
You can come out of the corner, though. I'm not keeping baby in the corner.
I ain't coming out of the corner. I ain't coming out of the closet. I ain't coming out.
What is that?
I ain't coming out the corner. I ain't coming out of the closet. I
You
ain't coming out.
what he said? That brother said he ain't coming out
I
the
ain't
closet.
coming out.
See, now you can't end the damn show and you just said the closet. Hell no.
Right.
You better,
No.
what?
No,
That's what I'm saying. What?
There is more than one closet.
Okay. All right, stay on topic.
There
Show
is
G.
more than one closet.
Come on, Show G. Stay on topic.
And I don't want to get into what type of closets
Lisa, you don't
there
understand, Lisa. You just missed it, girl.
Oh.
I asked him a question, Lisa, and it made the
Right
brother
before
freeze up,
he
girl.
was talking
It made
about
him
coming
freeze
out of
up,
a
girl. Brother froze up. The brother froze up, Lisa. You missed it.
Did Anthony
What-
just step out of a
What you
closet?
hear?
Now, Lisa, wait. Now, let me tell you what happened, Lisa. Lisa, listen. So, Lisa,
What happened was-
I asked him, I said, do you and Jill do dirty talk? Girl, that brother froze like Spider-Man. He
went-
froze.
He went like that.
Girl, he froze.
He didn't say a word.
He couldn't answer the question.
Anthony?
Sometimes.
Anthony,
I need to keep quiet.
Anthony, you right. Just stay in that closet. Just stay in
That's
that.
right.
Just hide behind that coat rack.
There's a
that black
lot of
overcoat.
closets.
Don't come out that closet until you hear the 5 knocks. Just stay. Don't
To
let
know
them
it's
pull you out
safe.
that closet.
That's
I'm with
right.
You. I will bring you a sandwich. Right?
There we
Right
go.
in.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what
Lisa,
I'm talking
girl,
about.
You get
Let
get off
me
the damn
keep
show.
something.
You can
Get off the
read,
show.
and you know what? You can pray in that
Get
closet.
off the
Stay
show.
in that closet.
Get off the show. We was about to learn some stuff, Lisa. Go and
Yeah,
get off
we
the
got-
damn show.
There's all kinds of closets.
I got you,
All
Anthony.
kinds of
I got you.
closets.
I got you. Don't say nothing
And then
else.
this
Yeah.
old raggedy heifer gonna bring you some damn food. Girl, get off the show. Get off the show.
Monica on here starting stuff.
She is.
I know.
She's here starting stuff.
But in
starting
Monica's
stuff.
defense, he brought all this up.
He did.
No,
He showed
Anthony,
Yeah,
you started
you
talking about
did.
a closet
'Cause-
and then tried to hide in one.
That's
no.
right.
No. That's
We were
not how
trying
it's
to
done.
end the show, and you said something
No.
about being in a closet.
No, we were talking about, hey, Big Daddy. That's what we were
See,
talking
Lisa.
about.
Yep.
That's what we were
Lisa,
talking about. Hey,
see how it started,
Big
Lisa,
Daddy.
is that Anthony said he liked to be called Big Daddy. So when he said
I
that,
did not
Lisa,
say that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I did
and
not
that's
say
what
You did
opened-
say that
yes,
to
you
her.
did. And
You
Lisa,
did.
that's what
You
opened
actually
it up.
did.
You did.
I said,
You did.
what I said was Monica was waiting for the opportunity to call me Big Daddy. That's what
And
I
you
said.
gave it to me. Yes, you did, Big Daddy. Yes, you did.
You know what? See, I'm sitting here waiting for something to update on the computer, and I looked over and said, "Oh, let me hop on here real quick. I should have stayed in the closet.
Yeah, you should have stayed in that closet tonight.
I should have stayed in that work
You
closet.
should have hid out. You
I'm
should
going
have
right
hid
in my
out.
utility closet and pull out an electric drill because that's what I should have done." Should be out here doing the lawn right now.
Woo, boy, I'll tell you. Yeah, this show needs to end tonight.
Bye, Big Daddy.
Yeah,
Ooh,
we're
this
out
was
of
a good
time.
show, Big Daddy. Bye, Big Daddy.
I know the rest of the people are on here just looking like, what in the name of the world happened here? What they're looking, talking about what was the name of the show? Whose job was
The
it?
name
Right.
of this show.
And we ended up with Big Daddy. Like, they talking about how did we get here from there?
How did we get here? That's what I've been trying to
Especially
say.
since I've been
This-
trying to keep him on topic all night, and then he starts
Well,
talking
you-
about a show with
this-
giants and all of that.
There
so
is a show on Prime. It's called I Am a Virgo.
yes, but you
I
didn't
just
leave
saw
it at
that.
that.
Yeah,
The
see?
13-foot tall kid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he brings up.
for that.
Oh, you just saw the trailer?
Oh,
Watch
okay.
the series because
Well,
I don't
Yes,
want
because he gets a
I don't wanna-
girlfriend, and that's what he brought up, and then
that
all
he
this
gets his
other stuff.
girlfriend and how do they work that out? You know, the first time
Yeah.
they have sex.
Yep.
And
Okay. What
that's
time
how
is the
the
show
Big
over tonight,
Daddy
people?
came
What time
in.
is it?
What
Come on, tell us, Big Daddy.
It's after 9 Eastern.
I know
We're
that's
supposed
right.
to be finishing.
Yeah. Yeah, our show's supposed to be over
Yes,
now. Yeah.
yes. So we were almost there until you started talking about closets.
Jill said I did everything I could.
I
He
did.
did.
I
bless her
really
heart.
did.
Listen, she cried, girl, but it was a lost
I'm
cause.
looking at her face going, I can tell. She said, I really did. I tried. I did everything I could. I just kept pointing. I was pointing at the notes. I was doing hand
Lisa.
signals underneath the camera.
She did everything. She could not shut Big Daddy up, Lisa. She couldn't shut him up. She couldn't shut him up.
It's all good. It's all good.
Right? Okay, so guess what, Big Daddy? Big Daddy, I'm not going to see you and Jill anymore until after the 4th of July. So have a happy 4th, Big Daddy,
Yeah,
okay?
everybody have a wonderful weekend. Be safe.
Yeah.
As my mother used to say, be good. And if you can't be good, be safe.
That's right.
I like
that's,
that. I like
that's
that.
right.
Yep.
That's exactly right. And yeah, this is good to close the show. And this is something I always tell people at the holidays. Don't get arrested. Have a good time.
I'm getting off of
Don't
here.
get arrested.
I hope you all have a wonderful holiday.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't get arrested. Somebody always gets arrested at the holiday. It's a holiday, people get arrested. Don't get arrested. That's good wishes. Don't get arrested.
I'm
I see
not.
you-
I'm
I
gonna
see you
conduct.
making
I'm gonna
faces.
conduct all my illegal activities within my home. So I'm
There
good.
you go. That's
There
how
you
you
go.
don't get arrested. It
Love
messes
y'all.
up the holiday. Oh,
It
yeah,
does.
we love you too.
We love you all. Thank
we-
you all for being here.
And we really are going to end this show now. I'm gonna.
I
Oh,
was
that's
gonna
the wrong
say,
button.
see, he already knows it.
That's the wrong. That's the right button. Okay,
Just say bye.
just say bye. Bye.
Bye. We
And
love
we
you
love
all.
you all. Well, I thank all the audience members that stayed for us no matter what we went through on this topic on whose job is more important.
Oh, it's that. See, I didn't even remember the topic anymore.
So if we don't see you all, because our next show is that on the 4th?
It's on the 5th. So we'll see you all
We'll
after
see
the
ya
4th
after
of
the
July.
4th of July. So everyone enjoy. We will catch y'all the next time. And video is off, but we're still here. And we really do love you all. And
We do.
We'll see you all the next time. I'm going to try to get out of this show. You know how it goes sometimes with Fireside. You try to get out of your show and nothing works. And that's here, we got it. So, again, we love you all. Enjoy the holiday. And bye. Bye. See, I keep saying bye because the show won't end. So, Jill, you try to end the show. There we go. It's starting.